Hi there, I'm Becky Hammond and welcome back to Isogo TV. Wherever you are on your strengths journey, I want to help you take your greatest strengths and apply them to your everyday work and your everyday life. Today, you're joining me for episode 13, What Your Strengths Need. You know, it makes sense to us from a strengths perspective when we're looking at the world through a lens of talent that we use those strengths to offer things, to contribute things to our relationships and to our work environment. But another thing that this talent that you have gives you a hint of is what you need. What you need in order to thrive. What you need in order for your raw natural talents to be turned into thriving strengths. I've seen it and I'm living it. So let's explore. If you had the opportunity to check out episode 6, you'll already know how learning this language of strengths essentially saved my marriage. And if you're interested in knowing kind of what that key conflict has been for us, go ahead and check out that episode if you haven't already done so. One of the things that strengths and this language of strengths and this perspective of strengths has given my husband and I is really understanding the benefits, the contributions, what we both bring. You know, he brings deep, meaningful relationship, and I bring the kind of stamina and drive to get things done in our house. But what is most powerful, I think, about the strengths perspective and even Strengths Finder in particular is that it helps us identify what the needs are that underlie these talents, that help turn our raw, natural patterns of thought, feeling, and behavior into mature strengths. So that when these needs are met, those talents turn to strength. So for example, for David and I, he has the relator theme as one of his talents. And so for him, he needs deep one-on-one connections, time with people face to face. If he doesn't get that, then that talent, that relator talent, doesn't have the opportunity to thrive and really be a mature strength and turn connections into deep, lasting relationships. And for me, achiever, if I don't have those things to do, if I don't have a list going, if I don't have the freedom to work at my own pace, then I'm going to start feeling, my achiever is going to start feeling stifled. That talent that I naturally have is not going to be loosed. It's going to be choked. So I've worked with this solopreneur who keeps his top 5 strengths in his wallet. And actually, I asked him if I could borrow those today so I could share them with you, because here they are, well used and well loved, well referenced, these top 5 talent themes. And with each of these talent themes, he has written the need that's associated with that talent. So I wanted to give you an example and read these to you. So for consistency, consistency needs standard operating procedures in order for that strength of a desire for fairness and seeking that for everybody to thrive. Connectedness needs to be a part of something bigger than me. In order for connectedness to not just be a raw talent, a natural feeling, and turn into a strength, he needs to not feel like he's a lone ranger, not doing something for himself, but rather something for a bigger picture, that all things are kind of connected together. Responsibility. He needs the freedom to take ownership. Being micromanaged is going to stifle this talent of responsibility, but if he's given the task and given free rein on it, absolutely, responsibility will thrive and he will get things done. Relator, time for deep one-on-one connections, as is true with my husband. And arranger. Arranger needs the opportunity to make complex turn simple. And for him, it's with people. So if he has the opportunity to juggle schedules and get the right people in the right place, arranger, that talent, thrives as a strength for him. And so when he's feeling frustrated or down or just kind of unconnected or disconnected from his life or disengaged, he can pull this out and he can say, okay, is there a need that's not being met, that's not allowing me and my strengths to thrive? And that's really what this whole concept of needs is about. We know from our strengths that we contribute a lot. We bring a lot to our relationships and our roles. But the thing that needs to be met are those needs that underlie those talents, that when they are met, those talents can thrive and turn to mature, strong, thriving strengths. Okay, so let's use this. We all want our strengths to be able to thrive, and the people around us, we want their strengths to be able to thrive. So we need to figure out what are those needs that underlie those talents that help those strengths come to light. So today, this week, take 6 minutes, sit down, set your timer, and think through your strengths. And what environments need to be met in order for those strengths to thrive? And do this for somebody else as well. Who is a person that's close to you, or a manager, or a team member? What are their strengths, and maybe what are their needs that they have in order for those talents to really thrive as strengths? And then second, do something about it. Figure out a way to communicate what it is that your strengths need in order to thrive to the people that are around you that can help support you and create that environment. And help meet the needs of those around you. Show up for them and help create an environment where their needs of those talents are being met and their strengths can really flourish. Sometimes we need a little bit of help to get going on these things. And I have a tool over at isogostrong.com associated with this episode 13, that I love. It's a starting point for what are some ideas and some hints about what needs might be associated with our strengths. So head on over to isogostrong.com and download that free bonus content right there in association with episode 13. And when you've done that, let me know. Let me know so that I can help answer any questions that you have still, or maybe you're perplexed. I want to help you really apply these things to your life and have the impact that it's had in my life and the people that are around me. So head over to isogostrong.com and leave a comment over at the blog, or join our conversation on Facebook or Twitter at isogostrong as well. I want this message of strength, this perspective, to get out to the world, to help eliminate that hate and strife and unnecessary frustration that happens every day in our work and our lives. So share this in your social media circles or in your tangible circles. Help get the word out about strengths and the power that it can have in our lives. And thank you. Thank you for joining me here on Isogo TV, and I hope to see you next week.